Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered bits and testimony of the various prophets. And what I came up with was a set of instructions that I was already qualified to follow because I'm barren and I sing. I have a shameful youth because I was a whore, and I fell in love with a man who rejected me in my youth and who later on got really pissed at me and told me he didn't give a fuck, and then perhaps he might have died. I don't know. I was told that by someone that has a reputation of being kind of so. I call him my Schrodinger's cat. Is Kenny alive? Is Kenny dead? Is he the Messiah spiritually or physically? Doesn't matter to me. He's beside the point. But he was a prerequisite, something that I had to have happen to me in order to qualify as the person in the prophecy Zion. Zion is the author of the book of Zion, the prophecy of Israel, the judgment of this society through the year 2020. And so I put together the pieces of the prophecy. I followed the instructions set out for me, which has brought me here to publish peace, to give you God's message in the form of the means by which we can make first contact with aliens who are God. Because the most ancient meaning for the word God is those who from the heavens came. Now, when I say my beginning intro on my videos, I always sense certain subjects that you probably have questions about because I'm a telepath. And so I can sense these things. If you don't believe me, I don't care. But if you do believe me, then this is my answer to this. These are the questions that I have pop up every time I go through my spiel. Authority. Why do I claim authority, and where does that authority come from? Well, the authority comes from this book, the prophecy of Israel. It also comes from a combination of all other sacred texts from all other religions in this society. Because part of the authority given to me by this book is to combine all religious thoughts into a single temple where all people of earth can go to worship God as one. One God, one temple complex, one means to worship for all people using a new name for God. The name given in the text is the name Ishi. So, all of the former gods, the ancient gods that are worshipped by all of the religions, are combined into a single unified religious doctrine, which purports the arrival of the ancient gods in their new form as clones and as hybrid children, remaking them in our image, so to speak, reuniting us and strengthening our genetic ties as family. And it is through the means of the plan which is outlined in the book, that I gained that authority by fulfilling each stipulation of the prophecy without leaving out the parts that I didn't feel went along with my way of looking at things. Because I used the entire body of prophecy, not bits and pieces. And by putting them all, I followed the instructions literally. Who will put this in order for me that it can be plainly understood, line by line, precept by precept, here a little bit, there a little bit, so that all can be confused? I did that. That is what the Book of Zion is. And the Book of Zion at this moment is nothing more than a handwritten manuscript that I wrote out by hand in prison. And because I did not have a computer at the time, I also hand wrote the corresponding Pot Smoker's Bible. Then I got a computer. And on 4/20, I began publishing Peace, which was the final prerequisite for me to have the authority to call myself the Zion of the Most High God of Israel. Because by fulfilling all of those stipulations, I had established myself in a court of law as the prophet Zion, standing up, using the words of the prophecy in order to establish myself and my people's right to use drugs. That was the first. Okay, opening of the temple was the first thing. Going to court was the second thing. Serving my prison term was the third thing. Writing the Book of Zion and the Pot Smoker's Bible was the fourth thing. Publishing it was the fifth. So I have done everything that I have been required to do in order to gain the authority invested me by the prophecy of Israel in corroboration with the God that foretold these events and manipulated history to create these events, setting the stage for me to do my thing in order to set the stage for Donald Trump to do his thing, which sets the stage for the final judgment of society through the destruction of the United States of America and the establishment of a new nation called Zion, which resides in the mountains in the midst of their enemies. That is the next stage in prophecy. That is where we are headed right now. And it is because I fulfilled my requirements to put myself in prison for God that reality itself manifested the events foretold in prophecy, which sets the stage for my ascension as the new Moses of Israel, Zion, the matriarch of the tribe of Zion, the mother of the people of Zion, and the creator of the nation of Zion. That is where I get my authority. Because by fulfilling prophecy, I set in motion the means by which my people become a nation. And I am the leader of that nation, the founder of that nation. And that is the fulfillment of prophecy, my authority. As the future mother of the people of Zion, the nation of Zion, I have the authority to fulfill the prophecy set for me by God the Great. They give me my authority. They have taught me everything that I need to know, not only to free my people from their unjust persecution and the oppression of the police corporate state of America, but I also have the authority to make first contact with the gray aliens, to literally bring them to Earth in a solemn assembly, a campout for freedom. Because now that I have done my required set of instructions, now it is up to reality to make this manifest. And for all Zionite people, all the Black Lives Matter people, you have to you have to do your part. You have to decide, do you want to be free? Do you believe the prophecy? Do you believe in the known gods of the earth? Or do you believe in Star Trek, Star Wars, the advent of first contact? Because the religion of Zion is not a religion, not as we know religion. It is an event foretold, a solemn assembly where the pot smokers and drug users and poor people of America walk away from all the corporate crap and the business as usual, global warming doesn't give a fuck crap. Police brutality going on as usual, they're not defunding anything. Crap. Because I have been given authority by the alien god, the Grey, to hold a solemn assembly of drug users, poor, disenfranchised, elderly, widows, fatherless, and the strangers that can't be heard by them. Anybody who wants to follow the Grey Way. All we have to do at this point is to gather our families together, pack our tents up, and come together as a new nation, the nation of Zion. We do this in the center of the nation, where right outside of our new home. The reason why we're doing this here is because I live literally at what is the crossroads of America. Interstate 80 goes east to west, coast to coast. Highway 81 goes from the tip of Alaska to the tip of Chile. There is no place in America that is more a crossroads than this. So everybody has the same distance to go. The farthest ones have the same distance to go. But we all gather in the middle. We go out to the open plains where our vast numbers can be housed as one, because we're more than the sands of the sea, my friends. So we go camping. We just walk away from society. We take everything we have of value, all the food we can grab with us, seeds and veggies to plant, and we go out into the plains where there's nothing but sand, land, and water. Everything we need, by the way. To Minecraft, a new way of life, a new nation, a new society, a new beginning, because this society is ending. So, may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. What talent lies hidden within you? Make that your guild choice. If you do drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the books. My name is Zion. I love you way too much to ever say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.